The caffeine is kicking in. Help. Really hate it when a series ends, especially one that I love as much as this one. And I know I said earlier that I really like that more mature anime always ends after like 12, maybe 24 episodes. This one has just been so good. Oh man, endings are always so bittersweet because you want to know what happens. You want to know how it ends. But also at the end, it's over and you can't really watch it again. And this has just been an absolute treat. I love this show so much, and now I finally see why it's endured for so long. Anime is so common these days, and there are so many series out there. So it's always nice to understand why certain series stand out the way they do. And I believe Yuri on Ice is one of the reasons anime has become so commonplace now. I honestly think it has really joined the pantheon that really stand out above the cesspool of shonen anime that's out there. Not to say that shonen anime is bad, but I'm 32 years old. I'm tired of it. Those of you who know, and for those of you who don't, my name is TK. I am a writer, a voice actress, and your resident lunatic. And today we are watching the last two episodes, 11 and 12 of Yuri on Ice. And I have enjoyed every minute of this show. It is so wonderful. As a matter of fact, I've started watching ice skating season this year. I did want to talk very briefly about the difficulty of doing this reaction series. This reaction series really did get claimed so many times. I almost gave up on reacting to it, but I found out a couple of things that helped me mitigate that. Hopefully I shouldn't be having that problem with series anymore. I know this one took me a long time because I think I started it in June, maybe even before that. It's November. It took me a very, very long time to finish it. And this is for a number of reasons. A lot of things happened from July to November. As a matter of fact, my life is completely different now. The fact that you guys have hung on so tightly really gives me a lot of strength and a lot of courage to get through all of the crap that has happened the last couple of days. The show is immensely encouraging and very affirming. Everyone's presence here, all of your comments, regardless of my view count, has just been very affirming and encouraging, and I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart being there with me as my life continues to change. In the previous episodes, we saw Victor and Yuri exchange rings. It was an absolutely beautiful moment because they basically have made a promise to each other. Be my coach for as long as I retire. And Victor says, I hope you never retire. And it really is like a marriage proposal, even though they've only been together for 8 months. But it's fine. Once you find the one, you find the one. I said in my previous video that relationships are promises. When your life is intrinsically tied to another person, you are no longer just you anymore. Yuri and Victor have both struggled with isolation their entire lives. Yuri because of his anxiety, Victor because of his celebrity status. They have never been able to interact with people on an equal level, and now they are on a level playing field with each other. And I brought this up in the previous episode and I didn't talk about it at length, but that moment where Victor takes Yurio's face, brings it up to his, and it seems like he's probably going to give him a talking to for a second, but I actually think that is him bringing Yurio up to his level. You are not my junior anymore. You are a competitor and you need to act like it. That is one thing in this show that I really love, is the playing with levels. Post-competition, when they're all receiving their medals, it's very clear that it's demonstrating that these people are on different levels. JJ sees himself on a higher level than everyone else. How Yuri is slightly lower because he feels lower, because he feels like the underdog in every situation. And then you have Yuri, who you don't normally see on a level with anyone. As a matter of fact, you don't see a lot of pictures with Yuri on the podium, mostly because he only really won one medal. Even when he was standing next to Chris during that picture, he was almost as tall as him. He's on the same level, and he feels like he's on the same level. The show is very affirming. I mean that you take this character who is incredibly talented, but just because he has that talent does not mean that all of his insecurities are gone. Doesn't mean that he never gets nervous. As a matter of fact, all he's done is struggle for most of his adult career, even though he's very talented. There is one thing that I have noticed, specifically when it comes to Yuri Kotsky. Yuri Kotsky is not a very good competitor. Not to say that he's rude or that he doesn't compete well with others, it's that there are things as a competitor that he should be over that he's not over. Victor has become perhaps hyper aware of this. Yuri himself is aware of this flaw of his as a competitor. There are certain things that bother him that shouldn't bother a skater as seasoned as he is. Other people's scores shouldn't bother him. He shouldn't be bothered by other people doing well. He really should be focusing on himself, but he tends to focus on what other people are doing. He gets really concerned about how other people feel when he really shouldn't be. He acknowledges that's fault. He knows that he struggles with it and is trying to find a way to get over it. And Victor is trying to find a way to help him cope. I think that's really special. Just because this person has this flaw, it doesn't mean you need to poke at it and prod at it, say that, oh, you should be over this by now, you should fix it, you should do this. It's something that you should work on and improve on. Stop apologizing. People always say, stop apologizing, just do better. That's what Yuri is doing. He's doing better. He's improving every time he skates, every time he practices. One of the reasons I said every time Yuri skates is a revelation is because he has a revelation every time he skates. His competitive career is not about Victor. His competitive career is not about Yurio. It's not about how his parents feel. His parents will love and appreciate him no matter what. His friends will love and appreciate him no matter what happens. This competition is about him and how he feels about himself. The biggest problem in my career is me. I need to improve on my confidence. Victor has gone to such lengths to help him says a lot. Things I will say about Yuri on Ice is that it's different from a lot of the other series that we've watched on this channel. It's most similar, in my opinion, to Word of Honor in the fact that there are two characters who love and care for each other very much and are on an equal playing field with each other. There's a lot of banter back and forth, and they have someone or something to care for. And it's a story about their lives. But unlike Word of Honor, this is not a tragedy. It is just a story about two people who are trying very hard to be better. I really love stories like that. And that's why I'd say it's a little bit different. Because unlike the other shows we've watched, I don't think Yuri on Ice is trying to ask us anything. I think it's telling us something. This story is very mature and it is for adults. Now, I'm sure a lot of people watched it while they were teenagers, but it is a josei. As you get older, you will relate to it even harder, especially if you suffer from an extreme amount of imposter syndrome. Hi, hello, how are you? My name is TK. Imposter syndrome is my middle name. There is a solemnity to this show, and I think it's mostly because of the isolation and loneliness these people feel as performers, because some of them grew up as celebrities, some of them grew up with great expectations, others grew up working hard all their lives only to fail. This show is definitely going up there. It might replace Madoka Magica in my top 5. It just might. Inside this sense of solemnity, you also get this sense of triumph, as every little thing is a victory. And you know, when you were as low as Yuri was, almost having to come to the decision to end his career, every little thing you do after that is a victory, as long as you don't give up. Now, granted, Yuri did get lucky meeting basically the coach of his dreams, and we found out in a previous episode that actually he asked Victor to be his coach because Victor was so impressed with him, essentially his drunken rampage, that he was like, yeah, this is the most fun I've ever had. Yuri is officially my favorite. He's the best. While you can do everything possible, sometimes you do need a little bit of luck. Sometimes you do just need a break. Sometimes all you need is the opportunity. God, I fucking love this show. I don't know if I could say it enough. I don't think there is any way I can gush more over this show, even if I watch the last 2 episodes. I hate using this descriptor. I say it all the time though, how human this show feels. Yuri, just like me, for real. I really can't describe it any way else. Beautiful show, wonderful, and I cannot believe that I cannot watch this for the first time again. Now, lovelies, with that being said, let us put on our headphones and commence with the drama. 6 skaters in the Grand Prix. Why'd they have to show Yuri? Look at his lips like that. Like I said, Yuri is hot. He's always been hot. He just didn't know it. I hope Pitchit does find some success. He's tried so hard and he has so much glory riding on it. And Yurio has done extraordinarily well for a skater his age. Chris is Swedish, but doesn't Giacometti, isn't that an Italian name? Otepek's very serious, and Kazakhstan went through a lot early 2010s, so Otepek's probably been through a lot. That's probably one of the reasons he's so serious. And then there's JJ. Ugh. I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult JJ, but I just, Alright, the last 2 episodes. I'm excited. Supercharge it. The last remaining skater on the ice. Yeah, they're really working hard. Everybody's in their business. Like I said about their relationship, Sarah and Mickey are what was wrong with Yuri's relationship. But now they're on an equal playing field. And Yuri feels good. All right, Yuri, you can do it, buddy. All right, so he's changed his program. He wants that gold. Yuri wants that gold. He doesn't just want to please Victor. He wants to please himself. He wants that gold. And now he's motivated more than ever. Oh my god, now they're super cute! Please! He's starting to get over his anxiety. He's not over it completely, but he's working on it, and that's what matters. And it'll definitely get him through the next couple of the next couple of performances. Let's hope he pulls this off. There he goes. All right, let's see. Oh, he did touch the floor. Yeah, but it's so good. Oh, she's so proud of her boy. I'm proud of him too, shit! Very nice, Yuri, but he's worried, which I get it. That one mistake could cost him. Get up. But sometimes you need a little help. Yuri needed a little help sometimes. Oh. So his scores weren't the best, but he's still determined. Support. Remember, he only wants you to stay next to him. This song is so corny. But I imagine Pitchit's under a ton of pressure himself. Oh, he's even shaking hands with the Thai Prime Minister. Or Premier, or is it Premier? I can't remember. I imagine being a skater in Thailand is very, very difficult. Yeah, Pitchit is really starting his career. Does he just have a bunch of hamsters? Yes, he does. I'm so proud of Pitchit. Pitchit has come so far, and he has so much riding on his performances. But instead of having it weigh him down, he's used it to sort of bolster him. Pitchit can fly, but he has a lot under his wings, and Yuri believes in him too. Sorry, I was just watching. Yurio is where it gets intense. I need him to tie his hair out of his face. I love the motif of the angel wings, because angels are supposed to be something that are like a symbol of mercy and grace, but realistically they are also terrifying and intense, which Yurio definitely is. Kwang Ho is like, oh, please smile. He has worked just as hard as everyone else. Yeah, innocent love is Yurio just trying to break out of that isolated shell. He uses much of his attitude to keep people at an arm's length. You do still need help. He really is an incredible jumper. He really is Victor's protege. Wow. That was an incredible sequence. That's the first time we've ever seen his whole routine, right? More often than not, we've flipped back to Yuri for long swaths of his performance. He just did the damn thing. No, I reckon Victor's feeling a lot of emotions right now. Oh, he's topped Yuri, and he's passed Victor's record. Victor's career is truly over. I reckon Victor's feeling a lot of emotions. Even though he left voluntarily, there is a certain amount of sadness that comes with that. But I also reckon he feels quite proud as well. I think he feels proud of all of his friends. Are we gonna see any more taint shots? Because I would really rather not. Yep, there we go. Oh god. Yeah, this isn't Prince. This is Maxwell. This is Maxwell. My dude is dancing to Maxwell. As long as he's not doing a sexy dance to a woman's work, I reckon Victor feels quite proud of his friends. Yep. Oh god. Like I said, their relationship is also quite complicated. Chris is still proud of everything he does. Yep, he outscored Yuri. Aw, he's got a buddy now! I love that. Yeah, we're finally gonna see Otepek perform. We've never seen him perform. I mean, we were just introduced to him in the last episode, so... Yeah, I imagine. Like I said, like around this time, I'm quite sure Kazakhstan was going through like a big military conflict, and it kind of has been ever since it came independent from the Soviet Union. I imagine Otepek's been through quite a lot, so he has a lot riding on this, just as much as Pitchit. He has fewer resources, exactly. Ballet's not his thing. Oh, I love this. They basically have the same kind of friendship that Victor and Chris have. Like, no matter what, they can be proud of each other and respect each other as competitors. Oh my god, here comes fucking JJ. Like I said, JJ's not a bad guy, I just find him very annoying. Awesome. But this puts Yuri in the exact same position he was in during the last Grand Prix. Yuri, don't let that bother you. Bitch. They honestly look like they could be brothers. It's the hair. Yuri Katsuki's in a very weird position. The reason why I dislike JJ is because he has the exact same archetype that I don't like. If I try hard enough, I can succeed pretty much no matter what I do. It doesn't really matter the sacrifices of other people because it's about me. That might be a little harsh, to be honest. He's intimidated! He's intimidated! Ooh, he's been confident in everything, but now he's nervous. He's been intimidated. He's afraid he's about to be outshined for the first time. He's being left behind. Your confidence can't get you everywhere, buddy. Who's that? All right, so he might get it back. Oh my god. And people know his theme song. Aw, at least he has a great support system. Everybody loves him. He's still losing it though. That's a lot of pressure. Good, Yuri. That's a lot of character development there. I knew he was eventually gonna be taken down a peg. Ooh, that's rough. And that's gonna really fuck him up for the free skate. Your confidence can't get you everywhere, bud. But everyone loves you! Just like Yuri, when he got home and realized that everyone still supported him. He's like, oh god, shut up! At least we got that figured out. JJ, once again, is a pretty annoying character, but he is proud of everything he does. This is the first time he's ever been intimidated, but that also means that he's not on a higher level as he thought he was. He's on a level playing field with everyone, just like I was talking about previously. Huh? Yuri takes his insecurities out on Victor. I propose to you! I am human with emotions. Yes, I do! Exactly. Like I said, I feel like sometimes Yuri takes his insecurities out on Victor, and he tends to say like, you can leave me now. You can leave me behind. And Victor's like, no! I am with you for a reason! God damn it! I wonder why they didn't bring Otebek in sooner. I kind of love him as a character, I'm not gonna lie. Yuri is in 4th. Pitchett is in 5th, but Pitchett is just proud of where to be where he is. God, I love Pitchett. He's worried he's supported by remaining out of sight. But no, Yuri gets nervous when he practices publicly. Victor and Yuri need to talk. JJ's a little bit wrecked, which I can get. This is the first time he's ever been intimidated. Yeah, I imagine. This is the first time you've ever been this unsure, but he's literally going through the exact same thing Yuri did, but he's falling from a much farther height, and he's only getting more and more frustrated. Don't worry, JJ, your fans still love you. Yeah, you're trying your best, bud. Yeah, he's going through the exact same thing Yuri did. You can't think like that, bud. No matter what score he gets. Yep, good parents. So he's been through a lot of coaches, some of the same coaches. People know his attitude. He touched the ice, but he's still good. He's still coming back, and he's making the people he loves proud. But he did score high. Oh god, that kid hasn't changed at all. Come on, pitch it, buddy, you got it. Oh, JJ bragging as usual. I love how he has the JJ. Fuck off. And he uses the Boku pronoun. Oh, he's adorable. I just realized that. Aww. And all his friends are with him. Oh, Pitchett is so cute. I love that kid. I'm not gonna lie. He's adorable. Pitchett just wants to do right by the people that support him and the friends he loves. I feel like we're missing a conversation between them, but it is what it is. And I think you're both ready. And Yuri is still talking about retiring. He needs a good cry before his performances. He always does well before he has a good cry. But I'm here, bitch, and I'm gonna do the damn thing. I might be a dime a dozen. There ain't nothing special about me, but I am here, and I have no choice but to do the damn thing. You've been on Victor's level the whole time, buddy. And see, this is where the revelation comes. And it's not just Victor I have to thank. You have to thank your family, your support system, your teachers, and Yurio. Jumps make me so nervous. A little bit of a stretch there. Ooh. There's the revelation! Yes, you are. You are proof of Victor's legacy on the ice. Not just you, but Yurio as well. Yes! That's what I'm talking about! Oh, yes! I love it! That was just wonderful. And he's pointing towards Victor at the end. I love it. Yeah, sometimes all you gotta do is scream. Oh, even Mickey is moved. I love it. And he broke Victor's record too. And it's starting to occur to him that his career's over. Nah, I think Victor is coming to grips with the fact that his career is over. Or that maybe he needs to move on. Because this is the most relaxed he's been his entire life. No. Sorry, Chris. But he still wants to be good. Chris, don't get distracted, buddy. You were too focused on Victor. Chris was too focused on Victor. Forgot other people could surpass him. I love how supportive she is of, like, all the skaters. I love her. She's so great. He didn't beat Yuri. Otebek. The person that intimidated JJ. And he's not a dancer like the others. He doesn't do ballet. His performances are quite exotic. He doesn't have the advantages that the other skaters have. Yurio thinks he's the underdog, but the underdog really is Otebek. He got that validation from Victor that he's been looking for. I wouldn't say that was his only purpose, but Yurio rarely gets that kind of validation. Otebek is the real underdog here. I wish they had introduced him sooner, so we could see how Yurio feels versus what the truth actually is. Oh, Otebek's only 19? Why does my dude look 30? Despite how old he looks, I did think he was Yurio's age, but I guess he's older. That's your buddy. Find courage in each other. That's what rivals do. I think Yurio's gonna beat Yuri. I think Yurio's about to beat Yuri. Skaters who choose classical music for their free skate are probably some of the most intense people that you will ever see and have some of the most perfect routines I have ever seen. I've been watching figure skating for the past 2 weeks and I've seen the difference between the free skates, modern music, and to classical music. And the ones that go to classical music are on a different level. Maybe not of skill or talent, but definitely intensity. He respected him, but then he found him crying. Yuri isn't the only person who takes his emotions out on other people. He loves his grandson so much! Everyone's so proud of him, including his hard-ass ballet teacher. Yurio's on your level, buddy. He's no longer a junior competitor, and he wants you to come back and compete for real. Come on, Yuri. You've got at least a good 4 more years of competition in you. Oh, and Otebek's really proud of him. I really love that Yurio has a confidant now. Oh. It's a very emotional experience. Oh, by 10ths of a point! And he wins the gold. Oh, I'm so proud of them! I love it! I'm not kissing it unless it's gold. It's almost like you should continue. It's almost like you should continue your career and give me something to kiss. Yeah, sure, let's do it! You have a couple of years of competition in you, hun. Yuri has a good 4 to 5 more years of competition in him. Stay by me. Oh, this is beautiful. He looks great. Yuri looks great. Once again, Yuri doesn't know how hot he is. He looks wonderful. So this is like an exhibition. We're gonna say it's like between seasons. You know, sometimes ice skaters do exhibition tournaments. Maybe this is like during the summer months. Oh, and here's Victor. Oh, beautiful. But they're skating together. They're equal competitors. They're on a level playing field. They're partners and will be for a very long time to come. They match. One is the moon, the other is the sun. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. You know, I wouldn't even say one's the moon, the other's the sun, because that implies one only shines because of the other. On the ice. That's wonderful. Oh, this ending was so good. Oh, I'm actually getting emotional. I'm like genuinely overwhelmed. Give me a minute and then we'll come back. Incredibly emotionally satisfying ending. Not because necessarily it was a happy ending. I will say, as most last episodes for me, as you see me say in a lot of series, except for maybe Vox Machina, that it does seem a little bit rushed. There is a conversation, I think, missing between Victor and Yuri. I think there should have been another episode of the skaters just interacting with each other rather than just going right into the free skate, but that's neither here nor there, and it doesn't really matter because the ending felt so complete. And I know people are going to be like, when's the next season? When's the next season? This show doesn't need another season. It is perfect as is. It would be nice to see where their relationship goes from here, seeing them have difficulties and overcome them. But this was such a succinct and satisfying story that it really doesn't need another season. You have these two men who were very isolated and, dare I say, depressed, that came together and became something great. This is the reason I say that Yuri on Ice isn't asking us something. A lot of shows like to ask the viewer, what does this mean to you? However, I think Yuri on Ice is a bit more direct, mostly because the story is so intensely relatable, not just to competitors. It just speaks to who you are as a person, and the viewer can apply the message to their life. The statement is, greatness is a choice. Greatness can be a lot of things. Greatness does not have to be success. Greatness does not have to be talent. You don't have to win first place. Yuri didn't win first place. You don't have to be the best. You don't even have to work yourself to death. You just have to make the choice. One of the things my mom always used to say is, there is greatness upon you. She knew to an extent that I was quite a bullied child, that I struggled with self-confidence. And I noticed lately when I saw her last that it was something that she had stopped saying. She was like, well, with where you are in life, what you've accomplished, I'd say you have a wonderful relationship, you have a house, job, a lot of people in this life don't have and struggle to keep. And I think that in and of itself is greatness. And after I finished crying, greatness doesn't necessarily mean success. It means that you are becoming the best version of yourself. And it is a constant journey. Becoming better, doing better is a choice. No one can make that choice for you. You have to want to do better, and you have to make the choice to do better for yourself. And that's not to say you can't use a push every now and again. Yuri needed that extra little shove, needed that extra little push. Victor one day showed up at his house and said, I want you. I want to coach you. And that gave him the extra push he needed. And I want to be clear, he could have gotten there without Victor, but he did not have the peace of mind. As someone who really struggles with anxiety, like on a deep existential level, you saw it with JJ, who had peace of mind until he felt intimidated. You can see it in the Korean skater whose name escapes me. He had peace of mind until he was intimidated by the other skaters. It is easy to be intimidated. It is easy to be scared. It is easy to stay back. And that's one of the trappings of being complacent. Being stuck in a rut is easy. It would have taken nothing for Yuri to go back home. He has a career waiting for him. He has his parents waiting for him right there. He has friends and a social life that he could very easily pick up if he decided to end his career at any time. But he decided to keep trying. However, at the same time, you are not entitled to greatness. And that is what is shown through JJ. Absolutely thinks that he is the best out there and that he deserves to win because he is the best. But he was shown quite quickly, you can't think like that. You are not an exception to the rule under any circumstances. I think the only person who has understood this lesson the entire time is Otebek. Otebek and Yurio have this really interesting sort of dynamic because Yurio definitely thinks he's the underdog. He's not. He has a lot of advantages. He has his own personal ballet teacher. He has a very dedicated coach, a wide, expansive support system. He has the tutelage and the care and the attention of one of the topmost skaters in the world. He is incredibly advantaged, but because of his age and because of his inferiority complex, we're not going to go there, he feels like he has more to prove. He feels like the underdog in the situation. Otebek is the true underdog. Otebek has been through a lot. He was probably alive during the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Kazakhstan has been through a lot, as well as Tajikistan, Dagestan, and he did not have the same advantages. He struggled in ballet. He struggled learning to skate in general. He has probably traveled a lot of places to be able to train the way he does and to have the amount of talent and skill that he has. He has actually developed the style that JJ thinks he has. Everything he does is new, it's different because it has to be. He is forced to be different because he doesn't have the same advantages as everyone else. And even though Yuri isn't the underdog, he sees that exact same drive. He doesn't see the complacency that other skaters may have, the overconfidence, and he respects that, and he wants to see Yurio succeed as his friend. And I really wish he was introduced earlier. I really do. I think they kind of did his character a disservice by only introducing him in episode 10. Like, they hinted at him, you saw his picture quite a few times. Do think it would have served the story and his character better for him to have been in the story much sooner. I honestly think that he should have taken the place of Chris. I understand Chris's importance to the story, showing the pressure of what it feels like to be a skater at the end of his career. Because Chris is getting up there in age, eventually he is going to age out of competition, and he is going to have to either be a teacher, a coach, a commentator, something. He's gonna have to find either an extension to his career or another career altogether, but he wants to accomplish beating Victor before he does that. But here's the thing, Victor is probably retiring after this. He says he's going to come back, but what's probably going to happen is he's going to realize that he is going back to a lifestyle that was draining him. I imagine that he probably is going to realize that his career is truly over. Chris is really indicative of that anxiety you feel as someone who is, you know, maybe getting a little older, and there are a lot of younger people in your industry who are doing it better, who are so incredibly talented, who are more talented than you ever were. I'm gonna be honest with you, that anxiety never goes away because that will never change. It doesn't matter how talented you are when you're younger. It doesn't matter how hard you practice or what you do or how well you do it. There will always be someone better. That is a harsh lesson to learn the older you get. And that is something that you're just going to have to overcome. That there are a lot of sports animes that do not concentrate on that, especially in animes like Kokoro no Basket. It's either this main character is the best. They are the best and they will always be the best. And it's like, one of the shows I think that really illustrates this is Haikyuu. You can work as hard as you can do anything you can to be the best, but there will always be someone better. And it hurts more when it's someone that you didn't think was on your level. That's why I think JJ took such a hard hit, because he really didn't think the other skaters were on his level, and he thought he was the best, and then he came crashing down spectacularly. And you know that what that also reminds me of? That reminds me of Shiro Torizawa from Haikyuu. They really thought nobody could beat them until they were wrong. This is a fantastic show. However, I don't think that Yuri's show should have been called Love. I know why they named it that. I know why it's called that. I know it's called Love because it's about self-love, loving other people, and acknowledging the love of the other people around you. I get that. I think it should have been called Epiphany. That is what this show is. It's that thing that clicks. It's the decision. I have to make a choice. Do I want to stop or do I want to keep going? Everyone is going to have to make that decision in their lives. Are you going to stop or are you going to keep going? It's not a bad thing to stop, because sometimes some shit is just not good for you, okay? Sometimes you do need to stop. Sometimes it's either stop or die. But in this case, especially in Yuri's case, it was best for him to keep going. And I hope that when you watch the show, it encourages you to make the decision that is best for you. And it will take a lot of soul searching, and it will take a lot of pain and crying and throwing stuff. Okay, well, it probably won't be a lot of throwing stuff, but there will be a lot of crying. Trust me, there will be a lot of crying. But I hope you find courage in it. And I hope whatever decision you make, that you will be happy in the long run. Just like Victor and Yuri had no regrets at the end, that they found the courage to keep going. Now, with that being said, please like if you like this video. Please subscribe if you really like this video and would like to see more. If you would like to support the channel, you can find me on Patreon, where I post uncut reactions, bloopers and all, the day before they are posted on YouTube. So when I post on Wednesdays, you'll see it on Tuesday. When I post it on Fridays, you'll see it on Thursdays. I'll probably be posting on Friday for the foreseeable future. We'll see. Listen, you guys know my upload schedule is so inconsistent, and I apologize for that. You would think that I would have a more normal posting schedule. Whatever. That's not the point. The fact of the matter is, I will be posting on Patreon, and I will be posting on YouTube, and hopefully in a more consistent fashion. Thank you guys for being patient as per usual. You can find me on every piece of social media: Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and Twitter, but mostly Tumblr and TikTok, because fuck Twitter. And with that being said, this has truly been a treat to watch with y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Stay weird, lovelies, and happy eating.